When Pokopia was announced, most people drew a couple of quick comparative conclusions from its first cutesy trailer. There was much to be said in reaction, but the broad deduction can be efficiently summarised as this: Pokopia is Pokemon's take on Animal Crossing. It quickly transpired, also, that the game shares development staff with Dragon Quest Builders, a Minecraft-inspired spin-off of another major turn-based Japanese role-playing franchise. Simple enough then. Pokopia is Pokemon plus Minecraft plus Animal Crossing plus Viva Pinata, one of the best, most criminally underrated games about raising critters ever made. As someone who absolutely adores Viva Pinata, I actually feel like a bit of an idiot for not clocking the similarity between the two sooner. In hindsight, the extended trailer for Pokopia makes it more obvious, but it was only sitting down and playing around an hour of the game that it really clicked. It's in game flow that the two are most similar. In Pokopia, Pokemon aren't caught in Pokeballs and carried around with you, and nor should they be, given you play a Ditto that has haphazardly attempted to transform into its former owner. Instead, it's all about the habitat of the area around you. Each Pokemon in the Pokopia Pokédex will be attracted to appear if certain conditions are met. You'll start off slow, simply creating patches of long grass. Any Pokemon head of any age knows that Pokemon love a bit of long grass. That'll attract your most basic critters, but then, as you want to attract more, the requirements will gradually increase. Some Pokemon might want to be near bodies of water, or in long grass that's shaded at the base of a tree. Others aren't even after the natural world. Fighting type Hitmonchan needs a would-be gym, meaning a punching bag or similar, plus a bench to sit at and rest, no grass required. When Pokemon join the island, a handful of them will also provide you new abilities. Initially, Bulbasaur will teach you Leafage, a move that Ditto can then use to create long grass. Squirtle will teach you Water Gun, which can then be used to revive dried out areas. You can imagine how these abilities will grow, and these are your Minecraft-esque abilities for shaping the world, be that adding, removing, or shaping terrain. There are a handful of these in the early stages I played, though it's clear the game will feature many more. Though not as many as there are Pokemon, only some have a new move to bequeath. As well as building up habitats that Pokemon will want to come and live in, the secondary thread is the ruined areas in which you're operating. While the demo gave away no actual detailed answer as to their nature, to my eye these areas are clearly locations from across the Kanto map of the first generation of Pokemon RPGs. But they're in a ruined, almost post-apocalyptic state. How that happened isn't clear, but all the humans are gone and the Pokemon are clearly in hiding, so it's up to you to rebuild. Splashing some water around to turn dead grass into verdant green, and to revive ruined trees is one thing, but beyond that, there are also buildings. In the demo, I have the opportunity to collect the resources to rebuild a Pokemon Center. Rather than directly rebuilding it out of blocks in a Minecraft way, I have to deposit the resources into a chest in front of the ruined building and then assign Pokemon from the friends I have attracted to the nearby area to assist in building. Because all Pokemon are different, some Pokemon are going to be more suited for building certain structures than others. On top of this, you can place individual blocks, but it seems the building will be a more prefab affair. With this, the delightful and instantly sticky loop of Pokopia is revealed. You'll need to recruit more Pokemon in order to help you restore more of the areas, which in turn is required to progress to unlock the skills or items you need in order to attract even more types of Pokemon. Round and round it goes. It's delightfully simple, and it's also immediately satisfying and addictive. Although the core story looks as though it'll hand-hold you through objectives with helpful chatty Pokemon advising you on what to do next, kid-friendly, in other words, going beyond that feels quite intuitive. You can find little hints in the environment that add Pokédex entries, that give you clues as to what environmental cues are going to be required to get somebody new to spawn, and you can then figure out how to achieve that. You'll also want to work at keeping the friends who have already arrived happy. So, one Pokémon might want a toy or some other environmental upgrade near their habitat, which in turn improves their happiness, a measured stat that details just how nice of a home you're maintaining. These things crop up, and so off I go, trotting about this limited starting area, finding resources to use the rudimentary crafting table mechanic, completing challenges listed in the Pokédex to get currency to buy useful items for improving happiness or creating new habitats, attracting new Pokémon, discovering a new habitat hint and getting excited about it. The time then just disappears. The conditions of my hands-on stipulate some things I can't talk about, as is normal. But the funny thing is, I didn't see a lot of those things anyway, because my own curiosity dragged me off the main path and away from any of those revelations. The sign, I think, of a winner. There are those more contemporary Minecraft-esque elements too, of course, clearly using technology and skills honed when much of this team worked on Dragon Quest builders. In a multiplayer session, we needed to get one particular Pokémon from one landmass to another over water. This is not a Pokémon that can safely swim, nor can it fly. In the end, our team of 4 players worked together to smash a bunch of blocks out of the side of a mountain, using it to create a bridge the creature could gingerly cross. My point being, building block stuff is absolutely there, and perhaps as the game progresses, such strategy and building will become a more core part of the flow. There's also the Animal Crossing-esque stuff, which I didn't reach in this build, having a house, decorating the interior, etc, etc. There is clearly more to the loop than I describe, but my hands-on gave me the impression that of all the games that this shares a similarity to, it's that Viva Pinata loop which is at Pokopia's heart. And goodness, it really rather works. In this hands-on, I wasn't checking how much time I had left or looking over my shoulder to see what the PR was up to. I just slipped into the zone. In my experience, this is almost always a hallmark of a properly brilliant game. Mechanics I love mashed up with characters and a world I also have a great affinity for. I haven't felt this way about a Pokémon game since Conquest, the 2012 strategy crossover with Nobunaga's Ambition. That was a serviceable tactical RPG that I loved a little extra because of the way it used Pokémon's world, characters and mechanics. My hope now is that Pokopia isn't like that. I suspect it might be more. An excellent spin-off that also has that Pokémon secret sauce. Next month, we'll know if my suspicions are correct. And there you go, that is Eurogamer's preview of Pokopia, written by Alex Donaldson. Are you excited for Pokopia to come out? Because I'm really looking for something to scratch that Animal Crossing itch, and I think this might be it. Let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more of Pokopia on the channel, please give this video a like, and while you're at it, why not subscribe to Eurogamer, as we have new videos out about video games almost every single day. Now, I'm going to go and continue to memorise all of the Pokemon to ever exist. I'm currently on Gen 6, I think, so I'll see you folks next time.